making a slap. I need a drink, but it's straight from the tap. And I'm hating the slack, couple months run around like the hate in the gaff. Please stop talking that trash, cause the vibes and the fun all the way to the back.
What is going on, bro? Welcome to another video. I decided to do something a little crazy this morning. No breakfast tacos, no pancakes, no French ass toast, no oatmeal. I made some homemade waffles. I can't remember the last time I had waffles. And yes, I am still on my cutting diet. The waffle's like 1,000 calories for both of these. Then I'm having a protein shake to get my protein in. It's all right, I get like 2,400 calories per day. You can enjoy some delicious breakfast sometimes. Anyway, today I want to talk to y'all about a few things that your father probably never told you about girls. And these are things that I used to personally struggle with myself, but also they're things that I never see being discussed in the dating advice world. And if you don't make these changes, then straight up, you're gonna keep struggling to attract those really high quality girls into your life. Man, I can clearly remember my first apartment in downtown Boston. I'd get home from work some days and I'd lie on the floor, stare at the ceiling and just hope and think and wish like, man, one day I'm gonna meet an awesome girl and she's gonna be my girlfriend and I'm gonna get home from work and I won't be lonely anymore. And I guess my question for y'all is, how many of you kind of feel like you're sitting around just waiting for that right girl to come into your life? I think deep down we know this is like a bullshit story that we tell ourselves because we're too afraid to put ourselves out there. But it's like, even once I started consuming dating advice and approaching girls and getting on dating apps, I was investing a bunch of time and not actually getting any dates or hookups. And I know like a lot of other guys are in this frustrated spot too. Now I know this might sound ridiculous, but what if I told you the solution to all these problems could be found in a game of poker? Alright, I promise even if you've never played poker before, this is gonna make sense. And we're talking about basic two-card Texas Hold'em here. So the way most average players play is they get a hand and they're like, oh, I'm curious, maybe I get lucky this hand. So they buy into the hand, the flop comes out, and normally they don't hit anything big, and then someone else makes a bet, they get intimidated and they fold. So little by little, they're kind of like bleeding money and losing money over time. Now, the way that most good players play is they follow what's called a tight, aggressive strategy. So they're gonna get a hand, and most of the hands they get, they're gonna be like, this isn't worth it, I'm just gonna fold. But when they get a hand that they like, they bet big. Usually they bet big even before the flop. Then the flop comes out, and even if they don't hit anything, they're committed to it and they bet big again. And a lot of the time, other players are gonna recognize, oh man, he's playing this big, he must have something, they're gonna fold. So he doesn't play a lot of hands, but when he plays them, he usually wins. Most guys suck at dating for the same reason they suck at poker. They kind of half-ass commit to every single opportunity that pops up, hoping that they get lucky. They see a girl, so they go over like they're gonna approach her, but then the girl doesn't start talking to them and they don't approach her. They're talking to a girl and then they decide not to ask her out. They get a girl's phone number and they keep texting but don't set up the date. Like, as humans, we're naturally risk averse. So the same way you're afraid to lose a bunch of money in a poker hand, you're afraid of putting yourself out there and getting rejected. The challenge is to overcome this part of your human nature, like the tight, aggressive poker player. So most hands that you get, they're not worth your time, so you fold. She has a boyfriend, not worth your time. She lives in a different city, not worth your time. She flakes on you, not worth your time. But when you spot an opportunity, a cute girl by herself at the grocery store, you get a match on Bumble, you go balls to the wall. So, you talk to her. And even if the flop isn't great, even if it's a little awkward at first, you're afraid you might get rejected, you still ask her, do you want to hang out sometime? And then guess what? When you have her phone number, you text her and you set up the date as soon as possible. You stay committed to the end. And of course, this strategy is gonna lead to some rejection. The best poker players, they lose some big hands, but it's also the only strategy that leads to consistent wins. And of course, the average poker player, once in a while, he gets lucky and hits the jackpot. The same way if you half-ass it with a bunch of girls, once in a while, you are gonna get lucky, but for the most part, you're gonna be alone.
you going? You just dropped your phone and your shaker bottle. What the heck? David, what the fuck? You...
Hey, out of the way!
What are you doing? I can't believe you just left me here. I'm dumping his ass.
I don't even care if Julia breaks up with me because of this. The new Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 just got here and I need to try this out. Also, thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring today's video.
All right, let's check this thing out. Ooh, it's kind of nice packaging here. It's a whole new balls game. Yes, it is. And this must be the Lawnmower 4.0. I must say, this is a sexy beast right here. So as y'all know, I was a massive fan of the 3.0. And essentially this brings back all the best features, then it takes it to the next level. So it still has skin safe technology, which means it has these advanced ceramic blades that allow you to get a close trim without risking any nicks or ingrown hairs. You can also easily replace the blade at any time for a fresh one. It's still waterproof, so you can use it in the shower. You still got that nifty LED light on there, so you can see exactly where you're trimming, you don't miss any hairs. But now it's got an all new wireless charging system. As you can see, there's no port on here. You just drop it into the base and it starts charging. It also has a travel lock mode now, so if you click it 1, 2, 3 times, it enables travel lock. So if you throw it in the suitcase and the button gets clicked, it's not gonna turn on. All you have to do is click it 1, 2, 3 times to turn that off. And now you can use it as normal. You're also gonna get these 2 trimmer guards. Personally, I like to use the smaller one, the 3 to 6 millimeter, when I'm trimming down below the belt, just for a little added security. Because it's waterproof, it makes it real easy to clean it off at the end. And now that I've used it, I can confirm this is a nice upgrade over the 3.0. Works perfectly. I'm definitely gonna be using this once a week, maybe twice a week during the summer, because like it is imperative to manscape your chest and your abs if you want to expose maximum muscle definition. And the best part, because Manscaped is sponsoring today's video, they have hooked us up with the coupon code you can use to get 20% off plus free shipping if you're ready to take your manscaping game to the next level and get the Lawnmower 4.0. All you have to do is click that first link in description. Damn, you made it back here already? You're kind of a fast walker. You could probably do one of those walking competitions.
You suck.
I lost a couple friends on my way up. I took a couple L's, but that's just normal talk. I popped a couple pills, but they don't do much. And now I take Prozac in the morning with some other stuff. But why did I get into this? I feel like this is all a dream. But when I wake up, look around, this isn't even make believe. So I sit in the corner, think about the
So another aspect of our human nature as men is that we're problem solvers. When we identify a problem, we start thinking, all right, what can we do to get past that? And that's obviously something that's very beneficial when it comes to your career, to your business. You know, a couple videos ago, I told y'all about a lot of the obstacles I've gone through building my businesses. But the problem is when you apply this mindset to girls, straight up it can fuck you. Now, just to be clear, there are times when it makes sense to problem solve in your dating life. For example, there was a long period of time where I was getting a lot of first dates, but for my life, I just couldn't get second and third dates. So you gotta look and be like, all right, what could I tweak? You know, maybe you're having too much of a boyfriend vibe that first date, where you're already trying to make all these plans. We should travel there together. We should go to this restaurant together. We should go on that hike together. And it's awesome because in the moment, it seems like, yeah, man, this girl really likes me too. But then obviously she goes home and she's like, wow, this guy is really invested for the first date. It has a red flag, right? This guy's needy as fuck. The important thing is that you should not try and solve her problems. You know, early on when you're talking to a girl, a lot of times she might complain about her life. Oh, my boss is a dick. Or I'm having problems with my roommate or my parents. And naturally, your instinct is gonna be, all right, tell me about your boss. All right, let's think about what you should say to him next time you see him. It seems like you're solving the problem, but when you do this, it kills like the man to woman dynamic, and it kind of puts you in the friend zone because you're starting to play the role of like the supportive friend. And the funny thing is, it's not like she's trying to put you in the friend zone. It's probably just something that's on her mind and she's trying to create conversation. So really, you need to tweak your mindset and be like, I need to keep this a fun and flirty vibe. I need to change the conversation. And you shouldn't be a dick and be like, yo, I don't give a fuck about your boss. Let's talk about something else. Instead, you want to like acknowledge her issue, be like, man, that sucks about your boss, but let's talk about something else. You know, man, that sucks about your boss, but I'm curious. Are you a vodka girl or are you a tequila girl? That keeps it fun and flirty, and it continues to drive the interaction in a sexual, romantic direction. And honestly, this becomes even more important in the later stages of dating. For example, when you have a girlfriend, and I can tell you from personal experience, I mess this up a lot. There's gonna be times when your girl is complaining or mentioning something that's bothering her. Maybe she's having a health issue she's going through. And my instinct would always be like, well, did you ask the doctor this? Let's hop on the internet, do this research. And it backfires, because what you realize is men are more logical in nature. And if I have a health issue and someone's suggesting solutions, that's awesome. But girls are more emotional. And what I've realized, the better approach is just to sit there and listen and be like, you know, tell me how you're feeling. Oh, that's frustrating. Let her get everything off of her mind. Let her say everything to you. And then at the end, be like, all right, is there anything you can need from me? Is there anything I can do to help? And what you realize is sometimes she's gonna be like, no, I just wanted you to listen, thank you so much. Other times she's gonna be like, yeah, I'm wondering what I should do about this. And now you can, you know, engage your problem-solving brain, and it's always gonna have a positive outcome. You're giving her really what she needs in that moment. I know as a man this seems a little backwards, but like, trust me, if you use this hack, you know that you're always giving your girl the support that she wants in that moment.
Thanks for the games, bro. Beast Nation, have you ever seen this? Julia driving the Tesla like David never lets me.
Somebody's gotta fly the drone. It's not Julia. So this is our secret Chick-fil-A spot. This old rusty table outside the grocery store. Got a nice view of the parking lot and some palm trees. And would you look at that? I think it's the first time I've gotten a full fry. Mysteriously, when Julia is the one who has the Chick-fil-A bag, I always get a half a fry. She swears she never took it, but I know what a full fry looks like.
Okay, I can't help it if sometimes workers give you a half-ass fry. It's not just me.
Got the chicken club sandwich, obviously the fries, a 5-piece nugget. They got rid of the 6-piece. And speaking of health problems, I don't know if you can see that bump on my hand, but I got bit by something on the walk to this table, and it really hurts. I hope it's not a poisonous spider that kills me.
So I'm not sure if you guys watched the video in Tulum where I say David overreacts and complains about every little thing. This is it.
So a week or two ago, I did a Q&A with Julia back in Tulum, and one of the questions was, Julia, if David starts simping, would you leave him? And there was this funny comment that was like, wait, we can't simp once we get the girl locked down in a relationship? And the guy was probably trolling, right? It was funny. But it's obviously a trend that when a lot of people get into a relationship, they get comfortable and they stop chasing their goals, they put on some weight, and it makes sense because, like, if we're being honest, you know, the reason I started working out in the gym was because I wanted to get girls. A lot of guys, you know, that's their incentive, their motivation to get fit, to make money. And this is dangerous because, like, you could lose everything at any time. People get dumped, people get cheated on, the divorce rate is sky high. Like, that's just the reality of things. And in the past, I've given y'all tips about how to keep things spicy in the bedroom. That's something you should take responsibility for. But really, the most important thing you can do is to keep fucking growing. This is like doubly important because, you know, externally, when you attracted a girl into your life, chances are she was attracted to who you were and what you were trying to achieve at that point in time. It's like if you bought, like, you know, if I bought this Tesla and then all of a sudden the doors started falling off, the trunk stopped going up, it's like, this isn't what I bought, this isn't what I want. The same way you wouldn't want your girl to put on a bunch of weight. Like that's obviously gonna kill the attraction. But what's even more important than that is that it's like a fucking insurance policy. If you're continuing to grow, you know, physically, emotionally, financially, spiritualistically, I mean, if you're continuing to challenge yourself to grow and something was to happen, well, you know, your value on the dating market's still gonna be high, you're gonna bounce right back. But also, you know, it doesn't matter if your girl cheats on you or dumps you, yeah, it's gonna hurt, but like, you're gonna have built up your own life. You're gonna be good, man. It's an insurance policy. You know, when you suck with girls, you kind of think that, you know, once you get the girl, everything's gonna be easy, but the more experience you get with relationships, you realize, like, Oh man, it's actually a whole lot more challenging to build a healthy relationship, which is why, you know, most people have not healthy relationships. It's a lot easier to get laid than to build a healthy relationship. And the last thing I'll say in this is that someone once told me the moment you stop dating your girl is the moment the relationship goes stale. The same way, and this is something that I'm working to be better on because I'm honestly not good at this, but the same way at the early stages of a relationship, you're trying to think of like, you know, fun, exciting date ideas. Oh, let's go hiking. Oh, you know, let's go to a comedy show. It's real easy after a few months or after a year just to be like, oh, let's just Netflix and chill, you know, maybe we'll go out to one dinner date or something like that. But you obviously, like, you want to keep things exciting, man. It's not only for the girl, like you want the relationship to be a fun adventure for you too. Anyway, that's all I got. A recommended read if you're someone who's in a relationship or you've kind of sucked with relationships in the past would be The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. I'll link the Amazon link in the description if you made it to the end of this video. I do appreciate you, bro. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And I will talk to all of y'all in the next video. If I don't, I will be mad, bro. Stay beastly.